video of antenna sessions. Okay, so this is a very important video if you're preparing for GATE exams or ISRO technical assistant examination or scientist examination, because in all these examination you can always or 100% find questions from antenna session, and you will be in need of these equations for sure. Okay, so if you are somebody who is preparing for any of this examination or any competitive examination for that matter of electronics or electrical, you can always watch this video. Please watch this video till the end and please make a neat note of this video. Okay, so we are going to start from the gain and we'll be discussing about some of the types of antennas and its gain. Already we have done a detailed video on antenna types broadly. Okay, so in this video, we will be seeing all the important equations. So first, moving on to the gain of an antenna. So everyone will be knowing that what is the gain of an antenna. Okay, so the gain is equal to 4 pi AE by lambda square. Now what are these variables denoting? I'll be explaining. And if you want a detailed note of this, please do follow the Facebook page of EC Electronics. I am going to upload the notes over there very soon after I publish this video. Okay, so the gain is given by, this is very important equation, 4 pi AE by lambda square. Now AE is the effective area of the antenna, or we say that it is the effective antenna aperture. This is a term we generally use. Okay, so the gain is equal to 4 pi AE by lambda square. It can also be written in terms of, that is, we are going to replace lambda here by C by F. Okay, so F will go to the numerator. So 4 pi F square AE by C square is the equation in terms of the frequency. Okay, so we know that what is C? C is the speed of light. Now what is 4 pi AE is the effective area, lambda is the wavelength, then F is the frequency of operation, C is the speed of light. Okay, so this is the gain general. For a general antenna we use this gain. Okay, next is some of the theory terms. First one is gain of an isotropic antenna. Now what is an isotropic antenna? Isotropic antenna is a type of antenna which radiates energy uniformly in all directions. Okay, so we have discussed about this in detail in the types of antennas. We have discussed about its radiation pattern also. So for an isotropic antenna, gain is equal to 1. This is a very important theory concept. Okay, I've seen a lot of question papers asking this question, what is the gain of an isotropic antenna? It is 1. Now gain of a rectangular X-band aperture antenna, it is G is equal to 1.4 LW. Now L is the length, W is the width. So if somebody is asking you gain of an aperture antenna or a rectangular X-band aperture antenna, it is G is equal to 1.4 LW. Now the gain for a circular X-band aperture is G equal to D square eta. Now eta is the aperture efficiency. We'll see about its equation later on in this video. But just know this term, that G for a circular X-band aperture antenna, these are equations for aperture antennas. Okay, so G is equal to D square eta. D is the diameter, antenna diameter. Eta is the aperture efficiency. Now, if an antenna is having, we are going to discuss about the beam width. Okay, so antenna with 20-degree beam width is having a 20 dB gain. Okay, so if the question is, if the beam width of an antenna is 20 degree, what is the gain? Option A 20 dB, B 30 dB. So the answer is 20 dB is the gain. Okay, next, the beam width of a parabolic antenna, this is the equation for the beam width, okay, of a parabolic antenna, or the half power beam width. What is the equation for finding the half power beam width? This is a term which we commonly hear, right? Finding the half power beam width, or this is also the equation same as for the beam width of a parabolic antenna. The beam width BW is given by 70 lambda by D. D is the diameter, lambda is the wavelength. Okay, next, if the question is to find the beam factor of an antenna, then beam factor is equal to D by lambda into beam width. Okay, now D is the diameter, lambda is a wavelength. So this is the equation for finding the beam factor. This is the equation for finding the half power beam width. Okay, next we are going to see about the directivity, antenna efficiency, all those terms. Okay, next we are going to see about the antenna directivity. its equation, then antenna efficiency equation and the power received. These are very important equations. Please make a note of it. Okay. So, because I have seen a lot of question asking, using these equations to answer the questions in ISRO technical assistant and also scientist examination especially. Okay. And also in GATE exams, you always need these equations. Please make a note of it. This video itself is very important. Okay. So first let us discuss about what is actually antenna directivity. Antenna directivity is actually the measure or the extent or a degree to which the radiation emitted is concentrated on a single direction. That is the ability of an antenna to concentrate its radiation towards a single direction. How directive it is. How much it is able to concentrate the emitted power or the radiation in a particular direction. That is called directivity. Okay. Now, directivity we can express in terms of the radiated power intensity, in terms of the half power beam width, or also in terms of the angle to which it is concentrating its radiation. Okay. So, these are the various terms in which we can express antenna directivity that we have written here. Now, let us discuss antenna directivity in terms of the power radiated and the intensity of the signal to which it can concentrate. So directivity is generally represented using D. Whenever you are seeing this capital D, most probably it will be D. Capital D is directivity. Sometimes we use diameter or diameter. That is sometimes diameter is also represented, but most probably capital D in antenna is directivity. Okay. So capital D directivity is equal to 4 pi UM by P rad is radiated power. Now what is UM? I have written it here. UM is the maximum intensity of the radiated signal. So that is the amount of signal it can concentrate to a particular direction. That is the antenna directivity. So it is 4 pi UM by P radiated. Now another very important equation in terms of the half power beam width. So, in terms of the half power beam width, we can represent directivity as, this is not a very commonly seen equation, but it is useful and it is commonly asked one. Okay. D is equal to 41253 by E HPBW is the half power beam width of E plane. Then, half power beam width of H plane or the H signal. Electric field line and the magnetic field line. What is its half power beam width? That is, electric field lines or electric field planes half power beam width and magnetic field planes half power beam width. So this is the directivity in terms of the half power beam widths. Anyway, you should know that these two half power beam widths or two planes should be perpendicular to each other. Even if you are not using E plane and H plane and some other plane you are using, it should be perpendicular to each other. We know that E plane and H plane are normally perpendicular. And if in terms of E and H plane you want to use the equation, means this is the equation. But if you are using some other two planes, can be any other planes, but that planes has to be perpendicular. Okay, that is a criteria. Next, in terms of the solid angle, when you Wikipedia about antenna directivity, you see this equation. Directivity D is equal to 4 pi by omega or ohm A. Ohm A is the solid angle. That is the angle with which it is concentrating the signal in a particular direction. Okay, so if an antenna is having a radiation pattern like this, means it is directing the signal or it is concentrating its signal energy in that direction. That its measure is actually called directivity. Okay. So that is the concept of directivity, and these are the three important equations. Next, about the antenna efficiency. Efficiency we use K to represent it. It is equal to P radiated by P in. That is radiated power to the power which is fed on to the antenna. So what is actually the purpose of antenna? Antenna is actually radiating the power which is being fed to it using a feed line. Okay. So there will be an antenna, and from the transmitter some energy or power will be fed to it, right? And it will be radiating that power. That is the purpose of an antenna. Now efficiency is the ratio of how much power it is radiating to how much power is fed to it. Okay. Now in terms of directivity and gain, you can express sorry, this is not gain, this is efficiency. In terms of the directivity and efficiency, you can represent gain as gain is equal to efficiency into directivity. How much efficient it is in radiating the signal to how much directive or how much concentrated energy is towards a particular direction or in a particular angle. Okay, so that is the equation. Gain is equal to K, which is efficiency into directivity. Now, the gain you can also express in terms of the maximum intensity of the radiated signal and input power or the power fed to it. Okay, that is gain equal to 4 pi um by Pin, where um is the maximum intensity of radiated signal. It is written right here, and Pin is the power input or the power fed to the device or the antenna. Okay, I hope you know the basic working of an antenna. What is an antenna doing actually? Next, very important equation. I just want to give a star here because it is very important equation. Power received. PR is equal to PT into GT into GR lambda square by 4 pi R square. Now I am going to explain all these terms here. Anyway, everyone will be familiar with this equation. Power received is equal to power T. PT is the power input or the power transmitted. No, it is not power input, it is a power transmitted. Into GT is the gain of transmitter antenna, GR is the gain of received antenna, lambda is the wavelength, 4 pi R. R is the distance between the transmitter and the receiver antenna. So there is a transmitter antenna which is transmitting the signal. Now there is a receiver antenna which is receiving the signal, right? Now the distance between these two is capital R. Okay, I hope this equation is very familiar to you. If not, please make a note of it. Okay, so these are the other important equations. Next, we are going to see about antenna's effective length. That is, L effective is equal to V out by ES. Now, what is V out? V out or V0 you can call it. Okay, V0 is an open circuit voltage appearing across the antenna terminals. That is how much voltage is appearing across the antenna terminal when it is kept as an open circuit. Okay, so that is the V0 or V out. Not V out actually, it is V0. Okay, then what is ES? ES is the electric field strength. That is the electric field strength of the signal which is fed to it, or the electric field strength. Next is the aperture efficiency. We have already talked about aperture efficiency. Eta is equal to AE by A physical. A is the effective aperture or the effective area. Then A physical is the actual physical area of the antenna. Now this physical area is not actually being used for radiating the signal. So what is the effective aperture and what is actually the physical aperture? Its ratio is called aperture efficiency, and AE is always less than, that is the effective aperture will be less than the actual physical aperture. That is a concept. Now you can express the gains in terms of, or the gain in terms of this antenna's effective or the aperture efficiency. In terms of aperture efficiency, you can express the gain of the antenna. So recall the equation that the gain of the antenna is equal to 4 pi AE by lambda square. Okay, now you can substitute AE as eta into A physical or the physical aperture. 4 pi eta A physical by lambda square, where eta is the aperture efficiency. I hope it is clear. So we have discussed about this equation. Here for AE we have substituted as eta A physical or A physical. Yeah. Now another important equation is a Friis transmission formula. So while studying the satellite communication and everything, we will be discussing this in antenna itself. We will be discussing the Friis transmission formula. So I am not going to explain about the theory. This is a formula revision video. Friis transmission formula is saying that PR by PT, that is transmitted power to received power, its ratio. That is a ratio of received power to transmitted power is equal to AR into AT by D square lambda square. Now what is AR? AR is the effective area of receiving antenna. AT is the effective area of the transmitting antenna. So here also we are taking the effective area. Okay, we are not actually taking the physical area. We are taking the effective area. So AR is the effective area of receiving antenna. AT is the effective area of the transmitting antenna. D square, D is the distance between the transmitter and the receiver. It is not diameter or anything. It's just the distance between the transmitter and the receiver antenna. Then lambda is the wavelength. So this ratio is the Friis transmission formula. Okay, so these are the important equations which I've included in this video. These are very, very important equations. I'm not stuffing in all the unwanted equations. In questions, you can face questions like finding the effective length or finding the, that is what is Friis transmission formula. Sometimes you have to use it to calculate any of these parameters. Gain is very important, received power is very, very important, directivity is important, and in I've seen actually questions asking directivity in terms of half power beam width. That is, half power beam width will be given to you and you need to find the directivity. Okay, so you will get confused what is the equation. So for that you have to use that formula which we have explained a little bit earlier. Okay, so these are the very important equations in antenna theory. And I really hope that you will be finding it very useful for your preparation. That can be for any examination or any preparation. These equations are very, very important, and I have not really found any videos of the YouTube with explaining all these equations together in a single video. So please do like it if at least one equation you found is useful or found is a new information. Please do share it with your friends also, and if you want more videos, please do subscribe to the channel. It always gives me an encouragement to do more videos, to make creative or informative videos. Thanks for watching and keep on watching.